Hello everybody, my name is Lucy and welcome to Books and Brushes. So today, yes, it's a little bit late for a summary tag, but I am going on holiday this month in September. What better time? Plus 2020, the summer that was different, so that's why I'm doing a very different kind of summer tag. So I think it's fine that I'm doing it in September. It's still nice. This book tag was created by Book Break. I watched the original video. I highly recommend it. All of the books that she recommended were really cool. I love the setting. She's like outside and it's really beautiful, and yeah, it's just a really good tag video. So I've got the original linked in the description. Go watch it because I had a lot of fun watching that tag. Here is my answers to these questions. This summer or this year wasn't what I wanted, but we're going to pretend I'm going on holiday to make me feel better. So that's why I've got the summery vibe going on. Let's go on holiday. Okay, so the first question is, start with a book that is in the place, the city, or as close as you can get to where you are right now. I live in Portsmouth in the UK, right at the bottom. I thought about this for a long while. The actually original tag, Book Break, she was on the Isle of Wight. So she recommended a book set on the Isle of Wight, and I'm not even that close. And if you don't know, the Isle of Wight is literally right next to Portsmouth. It's literally right down there. So that was really close. She got way closer than I'm going to get. I couldn't find a book that was like set in Portsmouth or in Hampshire, really. I mean, there could be a few, but they don't really specify. They just say the South. I ended up going with Meat Market by Juno Dawson. So in this one, right at the beginning of the book, she goes to Thorpe Park, and I'm very close to Thorpe Park. Well, I'm a lot further south, but it's the closest I could think to get, and I go to Thorpe Park all the time. This was kind of as close as I thought I could get. By doing this tag, I've realised I'd love to get more books set in Portsmouth or in Hampshire. That would be really fun. I really want to get the book that Book Break mentioned, the set on the Isle of Wight. That's gone on my want list. That was called, what was it? The Bed I Made? Meat Market is a really cool book. This book is amazing, and I don't talk about it enough, and I've never seen anyone else mention it on BookTube. This one needs more limelight anyway. Meat Market is about a girl who gets scouted to be a model in Thorpe Park, and suddenly her whole world is modelling, and it comes with a lot of riches, a lot of hard hours, a lot of travelling, a lot of industry shit that she has to put up with, and it changes her whole life. It's quite a dark book, and it kind of has an inside look on the awful part of the modelling industry. Industries like this in general. It's very sinister. There's a lot of trigger warnings for sex, abuse, manipulation, kind of cheating, a lot of different triggers towards nakedness and that kind of thing. If you're triggered by any of this, yeah, maybe not this book, but it is a really interesting book about a girl who gets thrown into this universe that is just kind of awful, and she changes so much as a person, and it's such an interesting story to read. And like I said, I don't really see it on BookTube anywhere. Look it up, and if it interests you, I highly recommend giving it a go. The next question is, pick a book and set in a different area of the country from where you live. For this one, Sleep was the closest one. It was either this or Out of the Blue by Sophie Cameron, but that one is a lot further down the stack, so I went with Sleep. This is set in Scotland, so literally Portsmouth, Scotland. You couldn't get further away in the UK really, unless I kind of went for Ireland, but let's not go there. This one is an adult mystery about a woman who has a pretty traumatic major life event and decides she wants to get rid of her high-pressured London life and decides to move and become a receptionist in this tiny island of Rum in Scotland. But her past ends up catching back up with her, and there is a huge grudge against her, so she has to find out which one of the members of the hotel that she's working in is out to kill her, because someone is, and they are trapped and abandoned on this locked in, stormed in island. It was a really good thriller. I absolutely loved this book, and I highly recommend giving it a try if you love adult thrillers. Out of the Blue was also set in Edinburgh, so I think Rum would be further away than Edinburgh. I'm trying to top and tell this question. The next question is, talk about a book that reminds you of summers when you were young, and this one I thought about for a long time. I came up with a fair few varied answers, so I'll kind of go through all of them and land on the one that I think fits the best. Got The Quiet at the End of the World because I like the whole adventure, best friend aspect. That really reminded me of childhood summer memories. I've got The Girl Who Lost Her Smile because this one was very close to home in a lot of its themes, and the imagination aspect of it really reminded me of my life as a child in the summer. The Boy Who Painted the World. This is set in the perspective of a child who loves art, and while my situation wasn't nearly as heartbreaking as his, there was a lot of relatable elements to a young artist who just wants to create and will use anything and everything to do so. But I think the book that really has that vibe is Delirium by Lauren Oliver. The first book is set in summer. It's so summery. This book just screams, even the cover, this book just screams summer, and it's summer days and summer nights. It's a girl falling in love. There's summer jobs, festivals and concerts. There's heat and seagulls and swimming into the sea. There's also the pressure of school. There's a lot of young summer vibes in that book. It is a dystopian book, but there is a lot of fun summer vibes, so that probably fit me the best, especially since I come from a seaside town, so the seagulls and the sea, a lot of it really reminded me of summers when I was young, so that one fits the best. In case you're not aware, Delirium is one of my favourite book series of all time. It is about a world in which where they think love is a disease, and when you turn, what is it, 17? I can't remember now, it's been so long, that you go through a procedure where they cut out the element of love, so you can no longer feel love, and you get matched up, and they think the world is better, and it's her discovering, is it better? Is it worse? What is love? Baby, don't hurt me no more. No. I love that series. It's one of my favourites. So action-packed, so beautifully written, such a good story, and so many great characters. But now is not the time to gush. The next question is recommend a book from a country you visited before. Let's see, is it on top? Nope, it's at the bottom of the stack, so I'm just going to put a picture here because have you not seen this situation? And I've picked Dry by Neil and Jared Schusterman. The reason I picked this is it takes place in California, and specifically at one point they go to Laguna Beach. And hold on a minute, this is where this very shirt was from, a shop right in Laguna Beach. We've come full circle. I've been pretty fortunate in my earlier years to have visited a lot of countries. My dad was very intent on me having a well-travelled teenage life, and we went on so many amazing holidays together, which I'm very grateful for. We've been to so many countries. I'm very grateful for that. My dad always wanted me to be well-travelled and cultured and learn about food and culture and language, and it's something he was always very passionate about, and I'm very lucky to have gone on those holidays with him while I was a teenager, and I will treasure all of those memories. But California is actually me and my boyfriend's first big holiday together, and it was great, and again, so many great memories. In fact, I think these sunglasses I got from, it wasn't Laguna Beach, it was Venice Beach, but California. My boyfriend definitely is a California boy. The next one is recommend a book of a place you'd like to visit next. This one is a fun one. I'm just going to show you pictures because I've got completely too lazy to pick out these books now. I've picked 3 different books here. I've got Sea Witch, which takes place in Scandinavia-esque, and I'd love to go to Scandinavia. Norway, Sweden, Finland. I'd love to go somewhere around there and discover that culture and the food and maybe see the Northern Lights. That would be amazing. I'd love to do that at some point in my life. My dad's been there and he says it's the nicest people and relaxed way of living, and that sounds good to me. I really love Australia because of the relaxed, chill way of life and culture they have, so I think Scandinavia will be such a fun place to visit. I've also picked Spin the Dawn by Elizabeth Lim. This takes place in China. I really would love to go to Asia, especially China or Japan. Probably China because I love Chinese food. It's my favourite cuisine. Maybe Thai, but no, I love Chinese food. It's so good, and I'd love to try like real Chinese food because it's always different when you're in that country, so I'd love to try proper Chinese food and experience more Asian culture in the flesh, because I've cracked a lot of continents, most of them, but I haven't cracked Asia, and I'd like to do that. And lastly for this one, I picked All the Crooked Saints by Maggie Stiefvater. This is set in, I think it was Mexico inspired, either that or it was South America. Either way, I'd love to visit South America or Mexico. I'd love to visit South America in particular. That would be so much fun. Again, the food, the culture, the weather, the environment. My dad's actually going there soon for his next big trip. He's done like loads of Asia. He's retired now, so he's just like traveling around because he's the coolest dad ever. He's done Thailand, Philippines, India. He's done a lot of Asia, and now he's going to South America, and gosh, would I love to join him. And the last question is recommend a book from the furthest away place that I have or I can think of. I've picked Shadow of the Fox by Julie Kagawa. This is Japan. That's pretty far away. This is also one of my favourite new fantasy series. Shadow of the Fox series, amazing. Six of Crows by Lee Bardugo. This is a Russian inspired book, so Russia is pretty far from the UK, so that's a good one. And lastly, the furthest away place that I could find in my books is Star Wars. I think a galaxy far, far away is the furthest place. nice. I think I've won. This book was on the top of the stack. High five! I felt clever with this. Was that too clever? Am I trying to be too clever? Well, you can't get much further than this. And that is a very different kind of summer tag. Like I said, the original video is so much fun, so I recommend going and watching that. And the reason I did this tag was because I saw Kaz from Cats and Camera do it. Obviously, I get all my ideas of tags from her. She just does all the best ones. So I'll link her down below as well. And you can go watch her version of a very different kind of summer. I hope mine was good. I'm kind of losing my voice at the moment. It's weird going in and out. But I hope the summery vibes, even though it's like September, came through your screen, and whatever you're doing, whatever holidays you've been on or have planned in the future, I hope all the travel arrangements go as smooth as possible. And yeah, let's just pretend we're on holiday. That's how to get through life. I actually pre-filmed this one because I'm going on holiday, so when this is released, I might actually be on holiday. Wow, I didn't even plan it like that, it just happened. So let me know down in the comments, if you could go anywhere, where would you go? Pick a book that is where you live or where you'd want to go. Let me know in the comments. We can talk about places we've been and books we've read, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a like if you did. Do you want me to do more tags? What do you like? Do you like tags? Do you like wrap-ups? Give me a clue. Subscribe if you haven't. I'd love to get up to 200 subs. Is that too much to ask for? Thanks so much for watching to the end of this video. It really does mean the world to me, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.